Hello, welcome back. I'm Dr. Lori Williams, and today I want to talk to you about how staying in fear-based emotions is essentially, it's your choice. Now, this video is not meant to shame or blame anyone. All of my videos are to bring awareness, to help you bring awareness to yourself and to the habits that you have formed, and to teach you how to break those habits. And this video is no different than that. So essentially, when you have, when you have a habit, and this does become a habit, it becomes a habitual pattern that we have, to talk about how things are hard in your life. It becomes a habit to focus on the negative things, the negative experiences of your past. Feeling down and out or feeling stressed or, and talking about those feelings can definitely become habitual. So, and I'm not saying to ignore those feelings. By all means, whatever feelings you are having, you need to be able to take time to process them and to release them. But until you truly start changing the patterns and these habits that go along with it, you're not actually doing anything to change the behavior of it. And the only way to change the outcome is to change the behavior that's attached to what's causing, either the stress or the fear-based emotion. So when you find that you are, continuing to repeat of, something that happened in the past, remind yourself that you no longer live there. You don't have to keep bringing up the past. It does not get to define you. Like I said, this is on the pretense that you've dealt with everything that's coming up and why it's coming up. And just you're trying to, at this point, just trying to break those patterns and breaking those habits of what you're focusing on. We as human beings seem to be programmed to focus on the negative. And it takes work. It takes self-awareness, and it takes a lot of practice to be able to say to yourself, hey, you know what? I realize that I'm talking a lot more about my struggles than I am about the joy in my life. And I'm choosing to change that. So in order to change that, recognizing it is definitely the first step, but it doesn't stop there. It's not going to change on its own. Once you start to realize what that conversation sounds like, when it's coming out of your mouth, what that struggle conversation sounds like, you can start to stop yourself and say, you know what, I don't want to focus on this anymore, because the truth of it is, where has it gotten you up until this point? How well is you continuing to have these conversations? How well is this actually serving you? At some point, in your healing path, you just have to decide to let it go. It no longer gets to destroy your present or your future. You're leaving it in the past once and for all. And to do that, the biggest thing you can do is to stop focusing on it and stop talking about it. Every time you bring something up from the past, you are literally dragging that past experience into your present and into your future. It does not deserve to have space there. If you are on a self-discovery journey, if you are on a healing journey, you want to be able to shift all of that and learn from those experiences, but not have them continue to have any power over you or to just destroy your life at any given time. So it is so, so important to recognize and to take your power back and realize, hey, you know what? I get to decide what I want to feel. I get to decide what it is I want to focus on. I get to decide what I allow in my life and what I don't. And I no longer allow myself to continue to bring my past experiences into my present and future. Calling yourself out on this is the greatest gift that you can give to yourself. This is what moving on looks like. This is what moving forward looks like. If you constantly feel like you're down and out, like, life is just nothing but a struggle, you're right. It's going to be nothing but a struggle because it's the way that you're speaking. It's the way that's what you're giving your focus to. So to change that, start looking at your joys. Start talking more about your joys. Be very present in what is going right in your life. Because I guarantee you, for everything that you perceive is going wrong in your life, there's something that's also going right. And you have a choice on, do you want to focus on the negative or do you choose to focus on the positive? Because like I said, up until this point, how much has focusing on the negative? How much has that served you? Where has it gotten you? Has it helped you in any way, shape, or form? If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to get the same result. I suggest and I encourage you to, once you recognize the pattern, to begin to take the steps to change it. Before too long, you're going to notice that focusing on your joy and focusing on the good things in your life becomes your new habit. You're replacing the habit you don't want with something that is actually truly serving you. And that's when healing happens. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you back here next time.